Welcome to the Hookup. Hi, I'm Brandon Steiner. We're here at Steiner Sports Marketing corporate offices in New Rochelle, New York. We all would agree we've recently seen the end of an era. So recently I sat down in Midtown with some of Jeter's biggest fans to find out what was on the captain's mind and a few other things.
The seats are very uncomfortable, man.
Well, I have to get you a little on edge.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I can't just let you get too cozy here. Like a couch is not David Letterman. I mean, so I have to ask you this.
You don't have to.
Just between us.
You don't have to.
I mean, you've had a whole year. You still look marvelous. I mean, can we talk you out of this and maybe have you come back?
No. This is it. This is my last year now.
Are you sure?
Positive.
Like on a scale of 1 to 100?
Which one is going home?
So, we've talked a lot about preparation. Mm-hmm. Like, how have you planned for retirement? What's going on? You know?
I've had things in the works, but I've always had a tough time focusing on more than one thing. I've spent my entire life pretty much focusing on this job, so I'll have plenty of things to focus on when my career's over with, but we still have games left.
Are things still up in the air as far as your plan?
Up in the air?
Yeah. As far as what you're going to do, have you been in some senior homes, assisted living? Have you?
Brandon is twice my age, by the way. So
yeah, as you've been getting older, I've been getting older, which is criminal.
Yeah, we all are getting older here.
Yeah.
But I'm making no plans at the beginning. I don't want plans. Yeah, I've been on a schedule my entire life, so. I apologize if I don't know where my feet are supposed to go. I mean, this chair's got me messed up.
Well, I was thinking that we had done the thing up in the office when you had the boot on you,
right.
And we were trying to get you. So for some reason I thought this was going to work,
right.
But obviously, not one of my smarter things we did here. But this is all me. I mean, let's get the bar stools. Which, by the way, let's actually make this a positive thing. Let's auction it. You know what we'll do is we're going to auction these off. We'll have Derek sign them, and all the money will go to turn 2. I don't know. These are pretty cool. These are from the old stadium, these chairs. Because we had no idea what to do with all these seats. So we're trying to diversify the approach. So that's how we came to that. Do you have any of these in your sports room?
I do, Brandon.
A couple bar stools?
Not bar stools, but
seats.
You gave me some seats. The ones I crashed into in the stands.
The one that nobody was sitting there.
Yeah.
I would say, who did you look up to when you were a kid? Who did you look up to?
Winfield.
Who's your role model?
Dave Winfield was my guy, yeah. He was, for all these younger kids in here that actually don't go outside and play, they sit at home and play video games or they specialize in one sport. Dave was drafted in baseball, basketball, and football. He's the only player still to this day to be drafted in all three, so he pretty much did everything.
You had a game. I mean, you played besides baseball. What was your second sport?
Basketball, yeah.
Shooter?
I was, yes.
Probably a ball hog. Or no?
That came down deep. I mean, you didn't even ask. You just accused me of it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, can you imagine? You're probably one of the. We got to give the ball to Jeter. You probably go in the huddle. You're probably tough to guard. You're tall.
You can have it. How long are we up here for?
We got a few more minutes.
I'll get you back.
I'm feeling like I figured. I said this to Mariano. We haven't quite gotten it together yet, but we got to go play a little 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. That's what I've been dying. It's like that's on my bucket list to see if he can see what kind of game he's got.
Well, all right. Well, first of all,
what?
Brandon thinks he's an athlete. Now we had a. This was a couple years ago. He with a straight face told me that he believes that he could get a hit off of Mo.
I said I could foul tip or at least get a bat on the ball.
I mean, I don't really have to say anything else. You guys know.
I would have loved that moment, but I said to Mariano, I said, look, we're ready to put up like $100,000 to see if this can happen. And then I said, but you can't be brushing me and you can't hit me because I would be in the hospital, obviously. And that was pretty much the end. She said, I don't know, I can't promise you that. Oh, God. Outside of baseball, if you didn't become a baseball player, what would be your second sport to play, professionally?
Well, First of all, I don't think I could play another sport professionally. I'm not like you. You know, I'm extremely honest with myself, but I mean, I like playing basketball. I was scared to play football. It's just too much, but I enjoyed basketball.
I would have fouled tip Mariano, trust me. The first day off. The first day off after you finish playing, whenever that may be coming up. Just sleeping late, or what's the first thing you want to do?
Well, you're trying to schedule a signing, but I'm not going to do that on the first day off. So that's not going to happen. I don't know. When the season's over with, I usually sleep for a while. You know,
Yeah.
it's you got to unwind because it's a long year. So I think more so mentally than you do physically.
Have you collected anything? Anything you're going to save from this last year, collectible-wise? You're a little bit of a closet collector.
Yeah, somewhat. But see, the thing is Brandon and Steiner Sports come and they take everything from my locker. I'm not making this up. I got a new chair every time I go from a road trip. There's a new sign up top. There's jerseys gone, pants are gone.
It's not me going in there, sneaking in, and
Hats are gone.
quite like that.
Am I lying, though? Am I lying?
Not really. I mean, can you help it? I can't help it. I mean, everybody, you know, it's your fault. Everybody really wants your stuff.
So if I want anything, I got to walk out in full uniform and just go home and no uniform.
So if you see Derek this week in the parking lot dressed in his full uniform, you understand what happened. Is it hard to stay honestly, with the run you've had and everything, is it hard to stay humble? Is it something you got to really?
No, because it's a very, very humbling game, you know, and I just, ever since I was younger, I just never really liked people that talked about themselves all the time. It's just something that irritated me. So we play a humbling game, and the people around me keep me grounded.
Let's move to a little word association, because I want to crank through a few things. Tell me what the first thing that comes to your mind. Joe Torre.
The best. He's, you know, he's like a second father to me. He's gave me an opportunity to play, and I have the utmost respect for him.
Andy Pettit.
Andy's a gamer. I mean, he's a guy, he didn't care how he felt. You know, he wants to be out there in big games, and we relied on him probably more than any starting pitcher that I've played with.
Mariano Rivera.
It's over. I mean, he's the best closer of all time. I mean, you know, we played together since I was 18 years old. Mo's a lot older than me. Since I was 18 years old, we played together. So, you know, we have a special bond.
Michael Jordan. What's the bond there?
Well, you know, I first met Michael when he was playing baseball. I was in the Arizona Fall League, and he was out there, and I just crossed paths briefly. And I was shocked that he knew who I was, because it's Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? And, you know, obviously being associated with Brand Jordan throughout the years, we've gotten closer and closer. He's like a big brother to me now. We're extremely close.
Who's the Yankee? Well, Tony Fernandez. Did you have a relationship with him as you took his job?
Not much of one. You know, I came up for 2 weeks in '95 when he was hurt, and then when he came back, they sent me back down, and then I was up in September, and then spring training a little bit, but he broke his arm. He was playing second base, so not much. I don't know Tony well. He really treated me well, but I don't know him too good.
Was it a surprise to you in '96 actually find yourself starting going into the season versus where you ended up in the middle of the season, or did you think about that? Or?
Well, they had mentioned that I was going to be the starter, but I always looked at it as I had to win a job, so I never take anything for granted. And I really didn't have a great spring training, and then Tony broke his arm, and I think they were pretty much stuck with me.
When you think about the core four, going back to them, I always hear different things from Mariano, or I hear something from Posada, but did you guys have this kind of pact? Did you have this?
Well, I mean, I didn't play with Andy too much in the minor leagues until you know, the end of 1994 when I was in the minor leagues. I played with him. Jorge, we got close in '95 when we were both in AAA. Mo, I played with the longest. But I think we all had the same attitude, you know, the same demeanor. I think you can tell that right away. We never made excuses. You know, we wanted to win. We played hard. And, you know, I never had to worry about those guys.
Solid, except for that one time when Mo got lit up and then you went down to the minors. Did you give him a hard time about that? Or?
Yeah, I did. We both cried, man. I mean, it's a true story. And when I got called up in '95, Moke got called up as well, and he was a starter back then. So he got lit up, and they sent us both down, I think, for punishment on the same day. So we went back to the hotel, and we were crying and saying that we were going to be back, and we got to keep working hard, and we made it back. Yeah.